Welcome, guys, to a new episode of the series of Let's Summarize, where we take a look at books on finance, psychology, and personal growth. Today, we're taking a look at the book by Rhonda Byrne. It's called The Secret. You've certainly maybe already heard of it. This book speaks about the hidden and the untapped innate power that we all possess to change every aspect of our lives for the better, which only a few of us harness. So the book is arranged in an aggregation of views of famous psychologists, philosophers, speakers, doctors, and teachers. The secret to which these award-winning individuals refer to is the law of attraction. So if you don't know what the law of attraction is, this law dictates that everything in your life is attracted to you by the virtue of the images you focus on. So in other words, you attract what you think about, and you are the only one with the power to take control of the thoughts that can otherwise result in negative outcomes, such as when you're focused on fear and anxiety. The book speaks very profound concepts, but expresses them with a very simple trivialism that makes it sometimes irritating even to read. I will therefore try in this summary to mask the deficiency of some paragraphs to express concepts they were intended rather than the way they were written. So it is a very basic book that describes the power of thought, but leaves out the correlation with the philosophical, the chemical, the neural, and the biological planes. So it is simplistic in the way it is expressed, and it is a good book for people who want to start delving into the law of attraction for the first time. If you already have good knowledge on the subject, then I recommend you just watch this video because the book is going to be very, very basic for you. So let's get to the core of the book. So the law of attraction is always in action, whether you realize it or not. You must be aware that everything you see around you is originated from someone's idea. Thoughts are magnets, where each thoughts attract similar things in your life, which is why negative emotions are often spirals of negativity, where bad days never seem to end with even worse surprises. Our goal then is to think of our ambitions, to focus on them often, to clarify them as much as possible, since your current life reflects what your thoughts have been so far, as if life were a television that broadcasts programs where you have the power to change the channel. To tune to a better channel, you must see life as abundant and focus on being grateful for what you have. So the reason people are not satisfied with life is because they always focus on what they don't have or what they want to avoid. So what you think about then becomes your reality. What you think about is shaping your future, and if you focus passionately on something, you will accelerate its realization. You can begin to consciously control what you think. The problem is that many people get controlled by the negative thoughts unconsciously. Fortunately for us, there is time that is needed before what we think about comes to fruition. Otherwise, we would all be in trouble. This time interval gives us a chance to reflect, decide, and adjust our choices and our thoughts. So you have the opportunity to replace previous thoughts and create new ones that are helpful to you. You should see it this way. We are quantum beings. Infinite versions of ourselves exist on other unrealized planes where we experience different thoughts. If we had to write a book that is already present in the Bubble's library, you just have to pick the right words to write your own story. If what you are now is the result of what you have attracted in the past, you can believe that you are a victim of the circumstances and you will continue to be manipulated by them, or you can decide to take control of the circumstances with conscious thinking and responsibility. And in this case, you can choose your next steps. While it is incredibly difficult to control the thoughts before they arise, we can control the emotions that we have as our response, so how we interpret events and how we react. You must be aware of your feelings because only you can decide how you feel. If you feel anxious or depressed, it is because your thoughts cause negative emotions. And if you do nothing to change those negative thoughts, you attract even more negative thoughts. So the opposite is also true. When you honor good emotions, you will attract even more of them, as it is indeed not possible to have negative and positive thoughts at the same time. If you feel good, you attract your desires. If you feel bad, the body tells you that something has to change, or you will continue to feel this way. If something negative happens to you, indeed you're more likely to remain negative for the rest of the day. But all it takes to change is a very small decision. You have to change your perception and you will change the way you feel. If you're feeling down, listen to a song that makes you happy or energized, or think about something genuinely good while leaving no room for other thoughts. Write down maybe a list of tools that help you change your mood positively in a few moments. And when you're angry, frustrated, or anxious, just take a look at the list and look for something that you can do right now and do it. When you harbor negative thoughts towards others, you have to remember that only you experience the manifestation of these negative thoughts and nobody else. So with your thoughts, you can only bring harm to yourself. You must be convinced of the goodness of existence and be grateful, or you will become respiteful. Because if you think the world is malevolent and corrupt, you alone will be the one to suffer the consequences for it. In all stories and religions, there is always something or someone that is superior to us. Some call it karma, others call it God, which gives us what we desire if we are worthy of it and if we can define it what we want clearly. So the New Testament encapsulates this in the sentence, ask and you shall receive, where the first step is obviously to ask with clear and concise ideas what you really want. The second step is to have faith that what you desire will come without getting agitated, impatient, or anxious because you don't have it yet. And for this step, you have to adopt a lot of confidence and really believe that you can get what you want. But many people are never allowed to want something because we cannot visualize how it will be manifesting. And we lose the courage and we lose faith. However, there is no need to know how, because the how usually comes by itself when we are focused and convinced that we will achieve our desires. So the last step is then to knowing how to receive with gratitude, to generate a loop of positive emotions that helps you become the person who can receive. Therefore, you must align your thoughts and emotion with this other quantum version of yourself. What you believe then becomes your objective reality. And what defines your physique, for example, is your belief on how your physique is. If you find outrageous to grow an additional 10 pounds, you will adapt your habits with food and your metabolism to the definition you have of your own physique. Therefore, to lose weight, you need to visualize and clarify the physiques you want. So keep a photo, for example, that you can look at that reminds you of this goal. Imagine that you have already become that person you want to become, and you have to act accordingly. So do not buy clothes in your current size, but focus on what you will want to wear. Eat what the other person you would like to become would eat. Praise people who have achieved the goal you set for yourself. And the timing then all depends on how closely you align with this quantum possibility. So to change your circumstances, you must first change your thinking. If an event of the day pulls you down, mentally repeat it and try to change it so that it does now become something exciting, or at least try to make the event not as bad in your head. You can modify both the images and the emotions you mentally associate with an experience, and you can practice the repetition muscle as if it happened for real, since the mind does not distinguish vividly imagined practice from reality. Another point is that you can always start your days with a positive boost if you can create a routine where you think about the things you are grateful for, and to put a positive spin on all the days, even the stormy ones. You have to adopt positive emotions that lead to better results, rather than negative emotions that you drag around like garbage. You have to set maybe a daily reminder to dedicate yourself 30 seconds to improve your state through focus and gratitude, so that positivity becomes your status quo. This way you can margin out the periods where you are overwhelmed by negative emotions. And these negative feelings don't really help you get what you want, but they have the power to make things burdensome if we don't get rid of them. Just think of the real and proven effects that stress has on the body to understand that it is necessary that we take control of emotions. So if you want to know more about how much emotions affect us physically and also neurologically, you can watch the video in this series related to the Dr. Joe Dispenza book, which is called Evolve Your Brain. If, on the other hand, you are aware of the effect that thoughts provoke on the body, Then you can create a board depicting the things that you wish for, and you can stick it on your fridge or set it on your screensaver or your smartphone or the PC background. With this in mind, you will continue to feel the urge of getting what you desire, so that they push you forward in the most arduous moments. So then success comes from within and not from the external events. Be a learner of gratitude. The negative perception you were taught on money, for example, are the reason that are preventing you to get some more. Everything you want involves inner work. The outer world is only the representation of our thoughts. You must learn to feel good about yourself and treat yourself as you would want others to treat you. You will have nothing to give to others unless you feel yourself first. So take care of your joy and gratitude, and you will become a pleasant person to be around. Stop focusing your attention on other people and complaining about them. Focus instead on what you can control. You are the only person responsible for your own joy. Focus on what you love about yourself and the people you interact with, and the universe will give you more positive things to focus about. If you don't feel good about yourself, you will attract people and situations that will make you feel bad. Since thoughts also influence our bodies, as several studies with placebos have shown, the human mind is an important factor in the therapeutic arts. It must be understood that our body is a self-healing machine, which can be stopped by negative thoughts and stress, for which most illnesses arise. Stress begins with negative thinking, and listening to people talking negatively produces even more sickness. You must let go of negative thoughts and know how to override them with gratitude and love, which are the two main cures to any kind of negative thinking. You must therefore reduce negative thoughts to promote the natural healing of your body, which can safely cure itself when the stress is brief and occasional, but which activates the automatic fight or flight response when it is under acute and prolonged stress, which is what causes many chronic diseases. So do only the things that bring you joy, since feeling good about yourself is the propellant for success. In today's world, there are many negative things to focus on. There is wars, diseases, regimes, natural disasters, and more. The more we focus on them, the more we think how the world is an unhappy place, and the more we are magnifying the problem and increasing its intensity. It's okay to pay attention to what you don't want, because that can give you clarity about what you do want. But if you focus on bad things consistently, you won't talk about anything else. You will complain a lot, and you will amplify the negative things already in your life. For the very same reason, often social networks and news outlets are not good for mental health. The most viral news and posts are the ones that attract the most controversy and conflicts. That's why many people would feel better without any socials or without a TV. To become master of your own emotion, your internal views must be stronger than the negative signals you receive from the outside. There is no limit to what the mind can imagine and focus on, so you must desire something and really focus on it in a very determined and prolonged way, and how to achieve it will come by itself. To conclude, as each human being manages his or her own magnetizing energy through the law of attraction, don't waste energy criticizing or complaining. You have to take responsibility of how you feel and what you think. After all, we are spiritual beings made of energy, and in quantum physics, energy is neither created nor destroyed, but it is ever-changing. We are not only the creators of ourselves, because we can choose how we can define how we use our energy, but we are also the creators of the universe itself, because we interpret the world around us. Imagine that every possibility already exists in this quantum universe. We only have to choose the right one and strive for it. Write a future that is good for you and extrapolate what is useful from the library of Babel that is the universe itself. Whether the writer is aware of the existence of this quantum library or not, all history and future is stored in this library nevertheless. You are a transcendental being, created in the guise of God. How then can we take hold of this version of ourselves? And the answer is by having knowledge of it, by focusing on it, and asking the universe in great detail what you desire, believing it is possible to achieve it. Since resources then are unlimited, there is no need for conflict or competition. It is not people who take away what you want. You are the only one who can tap into the power of wanting and getting for yourself. Ask yourself if what you have created so far is really what you want to achieve. If the answer is no, now is the time to change your actions. Don't get carried away by life, but ask yourself what you can do in spite of life's challenges. There are only two choices. You can focus on the past events, or you can focus on what you want to achieve. As a result, you will only amplify what you focus on. So do not hold grudges or blame others, but focus on what you can do. Once you can change your energy to positive, the law of attraction will respond accordingly. You can eliminate past beliefs, inherited social patterns, cultural beliefs, or other negative assumptions just by thinking, thanks to this universal law that turns your thinking into reality. If you think you're not able to do it, so it will be. Become aware of your power as a creator. Dare to believe in your ideals and imagine them as being true already, because in quantum-wise, they already are realized. Continue to consciously focus on what you think and what you feel. Do it often, and in every moment you will be able to find the answers to the things you want. Convey love and let your will manifest itself. If what you're now is the result of what you have done in the past, you can change your present now and you will change your future. And that is, guys, all for today. As always, I will leave the link of the book here in the description so you can purchase it on Amazon. And I will see you guys on the next episode.